I'm still in the tab called Spelling Scores, and I'm noticing that I don't like it that my first and last names are in different columns. I want to see full names in one column. I can already tell, or at least I can guess, that if I combine first and last names in this column, the column may not be wide enough for some of the names. So I'm going to hover my mouse between C and D until I see a black right-facing arrow, and then I'm just going to click and drag the width of the column so I have a little bit more space to work with. As I look at my cheat sheet over here, I can see that the function I'm going to use to put first and last names in the same cell is called concatenate. So again, because I'm going to ask Sheets to calculate something, I'm going to start with an equal symbol, and then I'll type the function and open the parentheses. If you don't see a help box pop up, like I don't, click the question mark. And you can see that what this function does is that it appends strings of text together. And that what it needs from me is for me to tell it what strings I want to append, separating those strings with commas. I want to append the value in A2 with the value in B2. Whoops. My cursor was in the wrong place. I'm going to leave that in the video so that you can see that everybody makes mistakes. I want to append the values of A2 with the value in B2. I'm going to go ahead and close those parentheses and look at what it looks like the way it's written right now. I'm going to reject the autofill. I can see that it did put the first names and the last names together, but it looks weird because I want a space between the first and the last name. So let's go back into the function. I'm just going to click on it again. I'm going to edit my formula right up here in the data entry bar. You can edit it in the cell just as easily. And I want to add a third string to consider. And that third string that I want to consider is just simply a space. So I'm going to say open quotes, space, close quotes, and then I need a comma to make sure that it knows that I have three separate text strings. Now when I hit return, I can see that my names look correct. I could also edit my formula to show me last name first and separate the values with a comma. So let's do that. In this case, I'm going to close this help box. I want to see B2 followed by a comma and a space followed by A2. Close the parentheses and hit return. And I can see now that I have first name and last name. That's the way I like it. I want to copy that formula down to the bottom of this list. I can either do that by copying, using just regular copy and paste functions, and then pasting it down to the other cells. Or I can click and drag this little blue box on the bottom right corner down to the bottom. And now I see all the names that the way that I would like them to be displayed.